What's going on, guys? Digidesdan here, and I'm back again with another pickup video. So very recently, I was on a family vacation, going up to Alaska. Took a week off, and it was super fun. And you cannot believe what I found up there. Absolutely nothing. We didn't find anything. So while we were up there, we spent some time in like Juneau, Ketchikan, Skagway. Super fun. But I also made the effort to check out like Craigslist and OfferUp and see if there's any other video games or even thrift stores up there. And there were very, very few and far in between. So we didn't find anything up there. But when we did come back, we did come up with some great pickups from the thrift stores and also a couple packages. So the first thing I want to show you is a retail pickup. It's from I Am 8-Bit, and I've mentioned them on this channel before. They produce a lot of vinyl records, a lot of vinyl soundtracks, and so this one is a recent one from them. It is Sunset Riders. It's very cool. Sunset Riders is a great Konami game. They got a great soundtrack. This is for the 25th anniversary. It's a 10-inch EP, one limited to 1,000, so there's only 1,000 made. And what's very cool about this is you can see like the bullet holes. You can actually see right through them. So the vinyl, you can see it. It's actually clear. So what you're seeing right there, that's the vinyl there. So super cool, super excited. Love Sunset Riders as a multiplayer game. Love it as a Konami game, and definitely love the soundtrack. So it's very cool to get it on a vinyl. Alright, the next pickup is actually from Game and Toy Store. It's from Bobacon Games in Everett, Washington. This is kind of a random one. I just needed it for my stream, actually. I was playing Creon Conquest, and that game is not very liberal when it comes to giving you life drops and 1-ups. And so I needed a Game Genie to get through the game. I used the Game Genie to give myself essentially a continues or infinite lives, and that way I could actually get all the way through the game, because the problem with that is, or the problem with Creon Conquest is, once you game over, you go all the way back to the beginning of World 1-1. So it's pretty savage, you know. Unless you're very good at the game, you know, there's not a good chance that you'll go through the whole game in one sitting without the Game Genie. Alright, the next few finds are from Value Village. Probably one of my favorite stores, favorite thrift stores around the area, and that's mostly because it's a bigger thrift store, a bigger chain thrift store, and a lot of people tend to donate to it since they're everywhere. It's very accessible. You know, they can offload tons and tons of stuff to get coupons back and stuff. But first thing I want to show you is this thing right here. It's another soundtrack. It's the Super Mario Galaxy soundtrack. It's got 28 tracks on it, so pretty cool. It's just the disc in here. I think there's supposed to be an informational pamphlet, but this one's missing it. We're able to get it for $1, so that's not even that bad for a soundtrack. Alright, we also have some editorials, some magazines. So we have Total 64, and this is the first issue ever of Total 64, and this magazine was actually sold by EB Games. And it's the Ultimate Nintendo 64 magazine, so this came out as the Nintendo 64 was released. Tons of great stuff in there. I've never heard of it. I've never read through it, so it's pretty cool pickup, pretty cool find. These were actually found by my fiance, so there's a credit there. There's also tips and tricks. We have a 1997 issue of GamePro. I don't know which one exactly, but it's got Doom on there. So that's pretty cool. And this one is probably my favorite out of the bunch. It is EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly. This is the 100th issue. And it's from November 1997. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice and thick one, actually. It's got tons of stuff in there. Lists off 100 games or something like that. You know, top 100 games, but super cool. You know, I always like old reading material. You know, old promo stuff, and this definitely brings me back. All right, last pickup from Value Village. Something pretty uncommon, somewhat obscure. It is a Sega game, but probably not for the system you're thinking of. It's for the Sega Pico. So this is a Pico Storyware. So it is a game, but it takes you through stories. It's a learning console, and so this one's the Berenstain Bears, A School Day. and alphabet activities. This one is actually brand new. The seal is still on it. It was 99 cents. Never opened. It's pretty ridiculous. There's even the hang tab in the back. And we found this in the board game section, believe it or not. Yeah, this system is fairly easy to collect for. In terms of going on eBay, you can get the whole console and a whole bunch of games for like $70 or something. But actually coming across the games in the wild and thrift stores and even specialty game stores is actually pretty rare. So I'm excited. This was actually found by my fiance again, of course, but super cool. I've yet to find a system, but one day I'm going to find it and give it a try and see if I learn anything. Alright, the next finds are from Goodwill, another big chain thrift store. They don't give out coupons for donating, but that's okay. They're very easily accessible. There's a bunch around me, and they always seem to carry some cool stuff. So the first things I want to show you, kind of a game, kind of old school. We have 2 bags of Pogs. 2 giant bags of Pogs. Pogs are always fun to collect for. There's a lot of different ones in here. Each bag was $3. So $3 there. We've already opened them up. We've already gone through them. And the reason why we picked these up were because of these ones here. So I'll show you these real close if you can see them. This is a Sonic Triple Trouble Pog for Sega Game Gear. We have another one here. So Game Players. Also Sonic Triple Trouble. And then we also have some Nintendo Power ones. So we have Mega Man X, Zero, Storm Eagle, Chill Penguin, Sting Chameleon, and another Mega Man X one. So those Pogs there, super cool. That's the reason why we bought the lot. But of course, it's always good to have a big old stack if you're playing with Pogs, if you're playing for keeps. All right, next couple finds from Goodwill. Just a couple controllers, nothing too special. We have a very nice, clean GameCube controller here, and we have a PlayStation Move controller. So these were put out towards the end of August. This one was the 22nd of August, and this one was the 29th of August. And the GameCube one was $4, whereas the Move controller was $7. Alright, the next thing from Goodwill is an accessory. It's pretty cool. At least to me, I don't know if fanny packs are still cool, or if they were ever cool. This is a Nintendo Game Boy fanny pack made by Interact. So this was found at Goodwill. It was $8. This was put out on the 28th of August. If you can see that. Nothing too special about it. You just clip it open, put your Game Boy in there. It's got slots for your games, accessories, and etc. This one's in pretty good shape. I plan on wearing it at conventions and stuff, and maybe taking it on a trip with me on vacation. So, super cool find. Not too often that you do see fanny packs, and it's not too often that you do see Nintendo fanny packs. Alright, the last find from Goodwill I'm pretty excited for. This is super uncommon. It is a demo disc, and it is for the GameCube, or not for the GameCube, but it was a demo for showcasing the GameCube. It is Resident Evil 0. So you can see there it's not for resale. Non-interactive demo. And so I believe this would be taken out, this would be put in DVD players, and they would just kind of cycle through gameplay and cutscenes and kind of trailer-like ads for Resident Evil 0 for the GameCube. But the cool thing about this, when we found it, is it came with 2 discs. So the first one, right there, is the Resident Evil 0 demo, non-interactive demo. It says not for resale. And it is a DVD, so I have yet to put it into a DVD player and see what plays. But then we also have a Nintendo GameCube Preview DVD, playable on DVD player or PC with DVD drive. This one has the Nintendo logo on it, but it has no specific markings on it as to whether there's multiple games on it, or just a certain game, or just GameCube information in general. But I thought this was really cool. I'm really curious. I can't wait to put it into a DVD player and see what comes up. And if I do it, or when I do it, I'll probably kind of record it, and you can check out my Instagram or Facebook. I'll probably upload the video onto those channels. So keep an eye out for those. Alright, so we've come up with the last 4 finds of this video, and they are video games, of course. These are games that I don't come across too often. They're Sega CD games. The first one is FIFA International Soccer, and these were found at half-price books, surprisingly. And the cool thing about this is the prices are actually fairly close to being half price. Normally half-price books is pretty on top of pricing things according to eBay and Amazon, so you don't get the best deals there. But these ones are priced pretty well. So we have FIFA International Soccer. And it's got the manual, it's got the disc in it. This one was $5. We have the classic, and what I've been hearing is mostly everyone's favorite Sonic game. We have Sonic CD. I was gonna say Sega CD again, but this one was $20, and that's pretty good considering that this game goes for a little bit more than that. I haven't played this just because I never had a Sega CD growing up, and I don't have one now. So hopefully maybe one day I'll find a Sega CD, and then that way I can give this game a try. And the cool thing about it is it comes with a pre-owned sticker in there for $7.99, and I just dropped the little styrofoam that comes in it. Pretty cool, Sonic CD. And we have a little bit more of a heavy hitter. Big fan of shmups. It's Robo Aleste, made by Tengen, and this one was $75. A little pricey, but super uncommon. You don't come across this game too often, and from what I've heard, it's extremely fun. Definitely want to try it out. Yeah, I mean, $75 even for that price tag. It's considered a pretty decent deal. It's got the manual, it's got the styrofoam in it, and the disc. So super cool pickup there. The last Sega CD game is Lords of Thunder. So this one's made by Hudson Soft. It's also another shmup. This one's a horizontal one, whereas the Robo Aleste game was a vertical scrolling. This one was $50. And surprisingly, this one was actually the better deal compared to Robo Aleste. This one's a little bit closer to how much it's going for, whereas this one, the $50 price tag, is closer to half of what it's going for. But I mean, I talk about prices a lot, but that's mostly because that's how I justify my purchases. I want a better deal. You know, I'm not buying it for the value. I'm just thinking, why would I want to spend, you know, double the cost of this when I can get it for, you know, half the cost of it? And so that's where the budgeting comes in mind. That's why I always talk about values. You know, I'm not investing. I'm just trying to make my money go a little bit further. But Lords of Thunder, I heard it's a really good game. It's made by Hudson Soft, one of my favorite publishing companies. Another shmup. It's got the styrofoam container. It's got a purple disc. It's very cool looking. Either way, all these games, I'm super excited to give a try once I do pick up a Sega CD. You know, I never had one as a kid, and from what I've heard, the majority of these games are all solid titles. So those were all my pickups for this week. Very excellent pickups from thrift stores. Just a few retail finds, that's okay. But coming from a vacation where I didn't find anything, and coming back to finds like this, it's always a great feeling. If you did like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff, and all my other videos. I got them linked, you know, around. You can check it out. And with that being said, we'll see you guys on the next one.